Hey, this is Timmara, signing on with some more of Psychonauts 2, possibly the last part. I've said that a couple of times now, admittedly, but we shall see. So, last time we went through the rest of Bristol/Nick's mind, we learned what his plan was, how he went about it, and why, because he's a spoiled snot. And now, Maligula is out, and yeah, I'm guessing with the Aquatos we can take this on.
Your father had a rough night.
Right, after Maligula was awake, and it should have triggered his mind too.
Things.
I lost her, Rasputin.
Right, so he's been remembers what's happened now too. So now,
Oh no.
You know what we have to do.
Mio caro. No tears, my love. It's showtime.
oh, I thought she was doing that. It's like, oh my god.
Quippy, on the bottom.
Clean yourself off first. Alright, you two, get to it. And come on, Frazee, let's see some psychic powers from her.
Now, Rasputin, up top you go.
But what about all that water?
The curse isn't real, Dad. It's just something Ford put in our minds to keep us safe.
Sure about that?
Of course he's not sure, but what choice does he have?
And I like that, using the pine cone to just give him that extra, like, stepping...
You ready, Raz?
No, so do it quick.
Don't make me change my mind.
Alley-oop! Say hi to Nona for me! Tell her to knock it off!
Alright. Banzai! Yo! Nice, okay. Now we can go back into her mind. Let's see what happens. Either this is gonna be like boss fight or a whole nother thing. Maybe both. I mean, you're not scared of water anymore, but you still can't breathe in it. Alright. Oops. Okay.
That's right, and there's more where that came from.
Alright.
Well, this is cheery.
Azif. Just looking at the names.
My grandparents were part of the protests in Grulovia after the war. It didn't end well.
Right. The real... Yeah, Augustus's real mom.
Here's a scene I was hoping not to see again. You're in the way, Maligulugly. Maligulugly. Malugly. Grandma Morona. My real Grandma Morona. And my dad's father, Lazarus.
Of
Nice
course.
to see them alive, actually.
Oh, you know what? You know, like we mentioned before, it was probably, she started working for the Tsar because the Tsar convinced her to help him instead. She did something and that made her snap. Maybe it was drowning her own sister. I suppose that should have been more obvious, but I think they established that maybe earlier on, or at least gave you more hints.
Oh, hi. I'm Raz. I'm your great-nephew. I mean, not that I think I'm great or anything. Just that you're my grandma's sister. And I'm here to talk you out of being evil because, you're still family and all.
Family? All I see is another unruly Grulovian peasant.
Half Grulovian.
Another piece of trash I need to wash from the
Sorry.
streets.
Oh boy.
Right.
Why are you hitting yourself, huh? Stop
Oh.
hitting yourself.
Ha! Good one, Sam.
Two of you
I
are
thought-
no more
okay.
threat than one. In my time, I have vanquished entire armies.
Power of Whale! I thought
Whaleogram!
I thought maybe that was Raz doing something.
Defeat Mental Esmeralda. Uh-oh.
Careful, children.
The Deluge of Gerlovia.
Oh, I fear a storm is coming. I am the deluge of Grolovia.
Well,
Let the streets be cleansed forever.
alright. Well, so Sam helped out for a little bit. I thought maybe... Hold on.
Just an overgrown lust for violence and destruction. Okay, that sounded scarier than I wanted it to. But you're actually a normal part of any human mind.
You shouldn't be.
Okay, hold on, maybe I gotta rethink my... Yeah, I was gonna say, I lost it. Wait a second. No. Okay. No, I was gonna say, I lost it. No, I thought maybe Raz stopped her attack because if he's part of Maligula's family, he must have some, latent hydrokinetic ability. So, maybe that'll come up, maybe it won't. Maybe they'll save it for Psychonauts 3, if that ever happens. Probably not, but it'd be cool.
Take his breath.
Keep on rolling.
You brought this upon yourself.
Fight water with fire, that's how it works.
What dares block my flow?
There we go, the others are showing up.
Lady, have you tried eating prunes?
The problem is she's all twisted up in knots. I got something that'll help you. Unwind.
Ooh, that looks painful.
It's okay. I have another one.
I always keep a reserve in my hat.
Go! That little boy looks thirsty.
Oh, she's dazed, is there? Or I suppose I should go in for a combo. Whoops. We're doing pretty good without their help.
Back to your
Oh.
quilts, weakling.
Hey, that little old lady's inside her.
Now that you've seen that, I'm afraid I can't let you leave.
Wait, what does that even mean?
It means run!
sorry. I gotta look up who actually is voicing Maligula, because she's doing an awesome job.
Listen, you're a natural part of the fight-or-flight complex, but you're supposed to be smaller and stay down in the primitive brain until needed.
I am the deluge of Grulovia!
Yeah, we know. Yeah, like, I think I said that before, maybe not specifically, but she is like the id coming to the foreground, where she is just like the unreserved, uncaring, like, mind of just like destruction and doing whatever she wants, just right at the forefront. Whoop. Eh? And again, maybe not the id specifically, but you get the idea. That is just... Well, actually, it should be the id specifically, because they say it's like the primitive part of... Okay. Nevertheless, I think my point's clear. It's just part of her mind that is just doing whatever she wants, regardless of the damage it will cause. There must be... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I haven't been doing any damage lately. There must be something I gotta do.
You heard the Lady Rasputin. Let's get you away from that water. Sorry, I thought you were the mole, Raz. Let me make it up to you. Ooh, she looks steamed.
Get him!
Whoop! Ah! Ah, okay. You know, this is going well. Whoop! Again, in hindsight, the game gets a lot easier once you, like, hit the halfway point, but that's not a bad thing. It's just fun. This really feels like a cool battle.
There's something I have to tell you. I killed my brother. Enough!
Alright, where's Morris to help us out for the last section?
Gisu, Norma, are you... Nona, if you can hear me, this thing is not your fault. Ford's experiments opened the door and let it out of the lower brain. The Tsar and his war made it grow.
This has gone on long enough.
Right, they mentioned Ford's experiments. Maybe I missed that detail. I bet that was a memory vault, and I just don't know the specifics. But yeah, Ford and Otto probably did something to like really make it.
Underestimate the power of pirate radio. Norma came to me, upset about some terrible mistake she had made. So we put the word out on KLOB, and guess what?
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Listening. At least one of them, and they told the others.
Thanks, Morris.
Okay, thanks for your contribution, man.
You owe me an exclusive on-air interview for this, okay?
You got it, buddy.
Okay.
Marona wasn't supposed to be there. Lazarus shouldn't have brought her. He killed my sister.
No, that's not quite right.
No, that's not quite right.
Confronting the mistakes, as horrible as it might be.
Would you listen? I killed my sister. I might not be your real grandmother. I killed my sister. But you're still my family.
What's so that? I kill lots of people.
The only thing I can offer now is everything I've got.
Alright, we're doing the giant Psychonaut thing again, like in the first game.
Room for one more!
Oh, I wish I had made you bigger.
It's okay, Nona. Look behind her.
Okay, so just boxing match.
Dug his little hole after all.
Yep. And we're gonna fill it.
He got into the pit.
Fighting game! There's no block ability. Pyro breath, yeah. Fight water with fire. Okay, enough of that.
That's my knitting needles.
Get out of here. Step off.
Nona.
Oh.
You can't get rid of me! I'm a part of her!
Big deal. Everybody's got something like you. We just know how to keep it where it belongs.
Alright. Finish what was started. Dissolve the deluge of Gerlovia. Yeah, Jesus.
Nona! Nona!
Hey.
Raz!
I've had a long day and I need to talk about it. There it is. Yeah, I can't remember. I thought we saw this suitcase before. I'm trying to remember where. Oh, right, it was attached to his wrist. Duh.
Do you have a funnel?
Yeah, I think we'll just rip it out with our bare hands. Alright. So yeah, a lot just happened there.
So that's it? Caligula gets to live out in Green Needle Gulch with Ford as if she didn't just try to kill people? Hey, it was different when I did it. It was a monster. And then... and now...
You don't have the place to judge, Oli.
I think she deserves a second chance.
And I think I deserve a vacation. My brain's been through a lot.
Oh, no you don't. I've kept this place afloat during your little nap,
And now I'm taking 2 of the 17 weeks of vacation I've saved up to lie in a beach where none of you can find me.
That's fair. She deserves it.
After we take care of some important Psychonauts business. Well, are you coming or not?
Promotions.
Now that's leadership.
Ooh. Could that be the new head of the Psychonauts?
Despite my best efforts, you interns have seen some really inappropriate things. But I think you've also learned a truth that every Psychonaut should know. That there are flaws in our most venerated institutions, in our heroes, and in ourselves. We all make mistakes, and we all need help sometimes. We all deserve a second chance. You've seen us at our worst, and we've seen you at your best. And I'm proud to say, you have all graduated from the intern program.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
You are all now officially junior agents of the Psychonauts.
Junior?
I'll take it.
It's a promotion. Woo! It only took another game, but Draz finally got his dream. Now a proper official Psychonaut. Psychonauts 2! Oh, that's right, yeah. Welcome to my mind, or whatever this might be called. Okay, yeah, a lot there. You know, right at the end, it's just... It's, yeah, Tim Schafer, you did a good job, man. The writing in this is so good. Not to skip over everybody, everyone else at Double Fine who did a good job and really made this really come together. This is such a good game. I had a lot more I was going to say back there, and I completely forgot.
I know I graduated the intern program and all, but I'll bet if I snuck in a little extra credit work, that would really irritate Norma.
That's what it's all about. Junior Psychonauts badge. New mission, continue exploring mental and physical worlds. The Quarry. So, oh wait, yeah. Alright, so now it's just encouraging you to, like, do completion. Which I did 1. And I don't know, I'll have to look into it. There's maybe a extra ending or another thing if you find everything. Maybe if there is... Okay, well, first of all, let's talk to everybody.
Excuse me, Agent Forsyth.
I figured this would be a thing.
Yes, Rusty.
Endgame talking.
I just wanted to apologize.
No. I thought we agreed not to talk about that again.
Oh, sorry.
We did?
Listen, in the end, I was the adult in the room. You were the child. I take full responsibility. And the whole thing is just so embarrassing. So let's just move the mission log to the classified file, okay?
What are you doing out here?
Well, just relaxing, waiting for my flight to the tropics. I'm off the clock, but I'm happy to answer any non-work related questions.
Is that right?
Where will you go on your vacation?
Anywhere but here.
Well, Agents 9 and Vodella were nice enough to give me this all-expense-paid tropical vacation. Look.
Fair enough.
That thing's real?
Well, it better be. That prescription sunblock I bought wasn't cheap.
So, what will you do with Crystal Malik?
Well, we don't want any publicity about it, or we'd have to give up Lucretia. So we'll probably just keep Malik here. Maybe give him to Agent 9 for experiments.
Experiments? You're going to experiment on Crystal?
Heavens no! That's terrible. Why would you say such a thing?
You said...
I said we'd give him to Sasha for therapy.
But...
No one likes an argumentative preteen Rasputin.
Keep it off the books.
Being the acting head of the Psychonauts?
Not a bit. In fact, my main goal now is to convince Truman to put off retirement as long as I can. He's been threatening me with the title of Grand Head for years, but I do not need the grief.
Fair enough.
Do you want Ford to come back and work at headquarters?
Absolutely. Nobody gets my hair like Agent Cruller.
Alright, fair enough.
What will you do with Lucretia?
I'd like to keep her under observation.
What about the government? The Grulovian secret police?
Please, this is Psychonauts business.
I'll bet you're happy my family is leaving soon.
Actually, I've invited them to stay.
What?
I'm not going to be here, so I'm
See a
out.
lot of potential in that sister of yours, and your little brother, and even your
Oh.
father.
Are you going to make my family into Psychonauts?
Well, we should at least teach them psycho safety. Can't have them running loose, leaving a trail of burning pine cones behind them.
So Queepy has psychic powers.
Thanks, Rasputin. If I see an octopus while snorkeling, I'll think of you. Right before I shoot it with my spear gun.
Also fair. Alright, yeah, I just want to, I want to talk to people. I did see, a card in the background, but whatever. Yeah, let's see. Where do we go? Otto, I want to find everybody and talk to them. Is, maybe Lily still around over here? Is she... Well, we'll see. I just want to talk to everybody and see what everyone else has to say. We don't need to talk to you. Yeah, I just want to talk to, all the major cast and just see if they have anything new to say. So, yeah, there's just, there was so much there. Yeah, okay, so that was Psychonauts 2. How was it? It's really good. This is definitely a Game of the Year contender for a lot of reasons. It is Psychonauts 1, and everything is done better. Psychonauts 1 is still a very good game, but this takes all, the best aspects of Psychonauts and just cranks it up to 11 and then does so much more with it. You know, again, combat's better, a little harder than it was in the first game, but then, well, a lot harder early on, but then once you get to a point, you completely break through that wall. But it's still cool with, every boss fight is really cool and really good. You got very, deep, there were some, deep, you could look deeply into the minds of the other the characters in the first game, but there's just so many more layers to it. I swear I got that key already. There are just so many more layers to it than that, You can pick apart, every little detail in everyone's mind, and it adds to the world in so many cool ways.
Norma.
Look, call me a snitch.
I will.
Snitch.
But after all was said and done, it ended up helping, didn't it?
No. It interrupted my work with Ford, provoked Maligula, and almost drowned everybody.
You should feel lucky, Raz. She's been helping me my whole life.
You know, you can be kicked out of the intern program for that, Aquato.
I'm not an intern anymore, you punk.
Got some more scavenger.
Do not say scavenger hunt items, please. I'm beginning to feel like you're not taking this seriously. Is that all?
I've had a lot on my plate lately.
You certainly have a heaping helping of excuses on there, it seems.
I will burn you
What
again.
happened?
Sorry, let's find everybody else. Oh, but what happened?
Hey, Coach. Really getting some use out of that swimming tail.
Just doing some research for the amphibious assault.
I didn't know your robot had amphibious assault capabilities.
Neither did I, till I took a spin in this baby.
Okay. Have fun with that. Mia, nope. Please tell me she's hanging out with Sasha.
Dr. Lobato, where do you think you're going?
The green man told me to wait in the brain bumbler.
That's not the brain tumbler.
Oh, I guess I'm escaping then. Bye! Please don't tell. You know I'm a reformed man. You were there. You saw me. Plus, I need to get back to camp. I left my kid there.
Wait, what?
Which kid? Could it be the bully kid? I'm trying to remember. Didn't he say something like his dad was supposed to come back and get him? Oh my god, is that it? Holy crap. I wonder if that's it. Oh, Jesus. That's my headcanon. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I'll just take that as that's what it's supposed to mean. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember if there were any other hints. I'm just going to assume, because yeah, for some reason I remember that bully kid, like, I remember something about, like, yeah, my dad's gonna come back and pick me up. He'll be back any day now. And if it's actually Lobato, that's gonna change so much in the original game.
Wait, I thought you said Hollis was the problem. No way! She was the only one keeping this place together.
I think she's secretly been running this place for years.
Don't be a
Basically.
Psy-Bore. Get yourself a Psy-Core.
So I'm just looking around trying to find everybody. I bet everyone's, you know, probably Sam and everybody is over at... Oh, those two.
I'm glad they're finally letting the full story of the Psychic 7 be told.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta go change all those other plaques to say Psychic 7 instead of 6.
Not to worry. I have a graffiti pen.
So you're the one writing Colin loves Kim everywhere.
Lawbreaker. Yeah, they added her part of the thing. That's cool. Okay, hold on real quick. Oh, he cares about her too now. They got along. That little story. It's not much, but it works. Okay.
So it turns out Sherry had my label maker the whole time.
Oh, there these two are.
Agent 9, Vodello.
Oh, hello, fellow Psychonauts.
Yes, that's right, Agent Aquato.
I like the sound of that. Agent Aquato.
This is the greatest moment of my life. Are you both hanging around here or going back to camp?
Well, I did leave my car there.
And there's a new batch of children coming in a week.
There's more kids coming to Whispering Rock this summer?
Of course.
Whispering Rock is one of the main revenue makers for the Psychonauts these days.
Oh, that's unfortunate, actually.
What's going to happen to Crystal Malik?
I need to run some experiments on him.
You mean tests, Sasha?
Oh, yes, therapeutic test. Mostly harmless.
Remember the time we fought off those brain tanks? That was cool.
Oh, that feels like 20 years ago.
That reminds me, I need to get back to my lab. Lobato should be waking up any moment.
You left Dr. Lobato tied up in your lab?
Not tied up. I just used the brain tumbler to sedate him.
Wow, that thing can do anything. See you next mission.
Get some rest, young man.
And thank you for all your help, darling.
Go on your bowling
Yeah, well,
date.
Actually, I
Let that
only
ship
bought
sail.
thing to add a little spice back into our marriage.
Raise the flags and go. Sorry, okay, moving on. So, yeah. Well, Lobato's escaped, but, you know, Sasha doesn't need to know about it. Oh, Adam's over here. I completely forgot. I did not even look at this whole...
What you doing, Adam?
Just adding one more frame to the history of the Psychonauts.
Hey, that's me.
Good eye. You really know your incredibly recent history.
Wow, I really am part of the story. I have even more information after what we've been through.
I know. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better.
Right, I completely didn't
Well,
mess...
the Green Needle Gulch isn't hidden anymore.
Nope. Word's getting out about their fine artisanal honey.
Alright, I suppose we're already... Sorry, moving on. Checking out other spots. No, so yeah, like, Psychonauts as a game, yeah, just, like, takes, you know, just improves upon the original game in a lot of great ways. And I remember seeing some people say, like, it's... Psychonauts, you know, comparatively was Portal 1, and Psychonauts 2 is Portal 2, which means, you know, the same game, but not as good, which I highly disagree with.
I think if I use
But,
projection on this door,
yeah, it's just sort of like, there's so much good here. The gameplay works a lot better, the platforming works a lot better, because that was one of the most obnoxious things about the first game, is that it just, the platforming was fine, in certain parts it got a bit annoying, and then in other parts, it was just obnoxious. The Meat Circus is a prime example. The Meat Circus, again, I've recommended Psychonauts to a lot of people, and if they actually get around to playing it, they usually love it, and until they get to the Meat Circus, and then they just, and more often than not, they just quit. Because there's no reason they have to put up with, they got through most of the game, they don't need to put up with the terrible platforming of the Meat Circus, and I totally get it. Like, it is not, oh, I forgot one section. But no, like the obnoxious platforming, all the problems that Psychonauts has comes up when you're in the meat circus, because it has really annoying checkpointing.
Oh, and Helmet's brain.
Right. Anyways, sorry. But it had really annoying checkpointing. It had really awkward... Hold on, wait a second. Where'd that... Okay, there. You can see just like the, fuzzy...
But I think it's cool. Found some thoughts. Thanks, Thought Tuner.
Alright. But, you know, annoying platforming, terrible camera, and it all really just came to a head when you got to the meat circus. You got to the final level, and it just got annoying. But this, you know, everything about it was so much better. The platforming works a lot better. Yeah, I fumbled around quite a bit, but that's because I specifically did two things that kind of clashed together where, you know, set up the ball when you're floating and hit it, or using the float with the double jump, or triple jump, which is a bit awkward, admittedly. But overall, there we go. But overall, you know, it works so much better. The platforming's nicer. You can really cheese some things with that jump there. Your abilities for combat are so much more diverse and simpler to manage. You got things like the pins, which I didn't really... And then this is something I've heard a lot of people say, like, they don't really use the pins that much. The mental magnet's been... I've had that equipped as soon as I got it. Then I've had, like, the Titanium increase and the VIP discount on pretty much the last couple of hours, and they really didn't help. You know, I could equip the VIP discount at any time, and instead, you know, when I go to the shop or something, and instead I just kept it on. And while there are some really good abilities here, it's just like, you know, you don't need them to get through the game. But it's nice that they're there so they can add that little splash of difference to everything you're doing. So if you got a playstyle or an ability you especially like, you can spec that ability to be way stronger. And it's really useful.
We're planning our mission to rescue Helmet's body in Grulovia. And after that, we're gonna buy a treadmill and rescue Bobby's body.
Bird. Don't say that again, I swear to God, Helmet.
How are you gonna find Helmet's body? Ford and Otto tried for so long.
They didn't have Helmet to help.
Yeah, I should be able to sense my body's location better than they could.
And we won't give up until we find it.
Gonna be like a second honeymoon.
Good luck on your mission, guys.
I just get sad thinking of that poor body out in the cold.
I've had some opening nights that prepared me for much colder.
Okay, yeah, and then you got, like, great characters, you know, you got Ford, then you delve into his whole thing, you got...
Yet, kid?
You know, there are so many, like, different layers to everything, you know, the levels are so much more than before. There's, you know, also collecting is a lot easier and, like, organized, but, anyways, there's just, like, so much more to the levels, you know, you got Hollis's classroom, and it, like, connects all the parts of her, you know, her past as a doctor, or, you know, a, you know, assistant, no, doctor, sorry, but then they also, when you mess up her mind and it clashes with the casino thing, and that layering is really funny. They do a lot with that. Hollis's hot streak. Oh, wait, no, yeah, that's the same level. What am I thinking? Pfft. Okay, but yeah, Compton's cook-off, I really, you know, I had to the one problem I had with the game, and that was the game-breaking bug in Strike City. If it wasn't for that, well, this would have been a lot easier to get through, frankly. Otherwise, I had to replay up to that point again, and while I cut down that time significantly, it was still... that should not have happened. And supposedly it's been fixed, but that profile still won't work. Not that it matters, I now have a finished profile here, but boy, that really set me back, and that was really, really awful. So, if that glitch can get fixed, or they make a barrier so you can't get up that ladder by glitching it, that'll be better, until they do that, or unless they do something else, or they fix that. You know, that is like the big problem. But anyways, Compton's Cook-Off, you know, a stressful minigame for, like, a neurotic character who, I was talking to my friend, and we both pitched the idea, like, maybe Compton is an autism analog. You know, there can be that feeling of just, like, that overwhelming, and it's just being exacerbated, and using that through Compton, which I think is very respectful, you know? The way they handle it, it's like, you know, it's you feel you understand it better. I'm trying to think. You know, the representation is a lot better than I've seen in other things, like I'll say Mass Effect, but that's another thing. And I know people will disagree with that, but that's a whole thing. But anyways, but no, like, so you take that, like, you know, that mind overload, that sensory, like, panicking, but you put it into a cooking contest in a, like, loud, flashy game show, and with gluttonous animal puppets that, you know, explode, which is something that he did to other animals, which is really sad, but, you know, but they do so much cool imagery with that. And that's the other thing, because they can take all this, like, dark imagery with these characters, but then they can do something to turn that into a positive, or at least something more hopeful, like Bob's Bottles. You know, you go into his mind, you find those seeds of, like, doubts and regrets and pain, and then you do, like, probably the 3 biggest things, but there's way more out there just floating in the sea, and you know, after taking care of some, it gives them the courage to work on the others, which is really inspiring, actually. You know, there's just, like, so many really good things. There is so much more, it feels like, anyways. Again, I haven't played Psychonauts 1 in a while. Let's play it a few years ago, but it took a lot longer than expected for 2 to come out. But it's been a pretty big success, you know? Like, you know, this isn't something that's been, like, development hell or development limbo for a long time. And it's been such a massive success, you know? Like, this is like
Hey, what are you and the sandwich talking about? You two missed the rhombus? So, what a ride, eh, Harold?
I'm gonna cook you both. Okay, anyways. But, you know, like, this game has just been, like, so well received. Like, the critical reception is overwhelmingly positive. The fan reception is overwhelmingly positive. You know, the worst review I've seen is, you know, Yahtzee Croshaw, which I was surprised by, and I disagree with some of his... How do I put this? I disagree with his, like, take on it, where he goes, like, the game takes mental problems too seriously, and I like it when things are goofy and silly. And I go, okay, I can see what you mean, but at least in some cases, it was very reductive on, you know, some of the aspects. Like, oh, nothing is as deep as it was in the first game. No way, it's way deeper. At least that's how I feel. And again, you know, whatever. That's how he feels. Whatever. You know, I feel differently. I'm having more fun with it. But that's, like, the worst review I've seen, and while I greatly disagree with it, you know, he was, you know, that's still, like, you know, it's still been more positive than negative than anything else.
And then I was like, Dad, and you just moaned, caviar.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't you. You were locked up in a brain case far away.
Oh, if only every brainless father had a daughter like you to save him.
Oh, hi guys.
Oh, yeah, and I guess in the Rhombus of Ruin, there was, like, a scene where you find Truman and he says caviar. So that was, like, the first clue, eventually, that it was going to be Nick. Or at least foreshadowing.
From the Rhombus of Ruin. Lily told me all about it.
I merely did what any psychonaut would do.
Please don't hold against me what that twisted little man said with my tongue.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. Except when
And please don't tell me about it either.
I'd rather not know.
He told me far too much.
Forget about it, Pops. It was a phase. All dads go through it.
So, how about that time we...
Perfect. No side effects at all.
Porpoise Sally and 8-Ball?
Oh? You little trickster. Trying to make me think I had brain damage.
You got me.
That's only going to be funny for a few more years. Enjoy it while you can.
I'm sorry, but I might have broken into your presidential locker on the jet.
As long as you didn't break the music box that was inside. It was my mother's.
Well, we did. But then Raz went inside of it using clairvoyance on a flea and fixed it.
What an enterprising young man.
Okay, maybe that was in the Rama's room or something.
Happened at camp?
Oh, well, now you have to tell me.
I'm invested now.
It was no big deal. Oleander was stealing children's brains and using them as weapons in armored death tanks.
Oh, is that all? Good. I thought it was something more worrying, like kissing. I've heard that happens a lot at summer camp.
Dad! Gross!
Well, I'll let you two get back to talking about me.
Bye, Raz!
Shut up. Alright, that was cute. So, I was gonna make a joke. It's just like, oh, if Oleander was doing something, of course I don't have to worry anymore. Okay, I thought maybe. Okay, let's see. Who else is... Otto we can go to... I'm assuming pretty much the majority of characters are over in the forest still. Oh, actually we should go see if somebody's up in the K-Lob. But, no, the reception has been so good. Like, this game has been so well received. You know, again, it's nice to see something come out of such, like, a long development and wait period and to be this good. So, it really gives me hope that, you know, maybe we'll see more Psychonauts sooner than later.
DJ I've added to my roster.
You mean your only DJ?
We have a very specific, discriminating musical direction here.
Rock on, guys.
Rock is only one of our formats.
Rock on, guys.
Rock is only
Okay, I thought maybe Queepy would be like over at the family camp or something. But anyways, so yeah, it's just like, you know, it's just so good that this game came out as well as it did, and it's so great to see like Double Fine back on track. And I realize how dismissive that sounds, but you know, they've had their hit and misses lately. They've been releasing a lot of remasters, and Broken Age is kind of like the famous misstep where, also with Elijah Wood, but that wasn't his fault, just pointing it out. But no, they had that was one of the big missteps where it was like massive Kickstarter project that did really well, and it took forever for the first part to come out, and it took even longer for the first part came out, then it took almost 2 years for the second part to come out, and also the second part was not as good.
Hello, Agent Mentalis.
Well, if it isn't my favorite customer.
Oh.
Make any new gadgets lately?
Actually, I'm thinking of a whole new line of gadgets. Gadgets that open up the mind for exploration, like in the old days.
Led to a problem.
Wasn't that dangerous, the way you early Psychonauts used to explore the mind?
Seeing that old astrolabe really inspired me. I'm going to make tiny, personal-sized astrolabes to help people make small cosmetic changes to their personalities.
That doesn't sound healthy.
How an injectable neurotoxin removes wrinkles, but for the mind.
I don't think it's a good idea to remove your mind's wrinkles.
That's because you're a kid. Trust me, by the time you're my age, there will be plenty of wrinkles in that mind of yours you'll be happy to get rid of.
Happy that Ford's back?
You know, I missed that old abusive so-and-so.
Oh.
You need a guy around like that to keep you humble.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just something Ford keeps telling me.
Yeah, there are some implications that, like, Ford was, like, really rough and tough and, like, maybe not the nicest guy, but maybe he's gotten better.
Old friend Lucy again?
You know, I was the one who brought Lucy here the first time, so I feel a little responsible.
Really?
Oh.
No, not much. It was all Ford's fault.
What's gonna happen now with Ford back?
Knowing Ford, things will get chaotic and we'll lose all our funding. But that's okay. I have a backup plan. To tell you the truth, I've been fighting off the venture capitalists for years.
Maybe you should get out of this lonely lab.
I'm fine. I have my gadgets. And a pretty friendly crab sandwich scuttled by a while back.
Alright.
Bye, Otto.
See you next time, kid.
Okay, yeah. Otto's kind of like one of the lesser developed characters in this whole thing. He's the only mind we don't go into, but I suppose he's still sane. Hold on, let's check out the psycho-isolation chamber.
Since Agent Bull left, why do you stick around?
You never know.
Yeah, she's just gonna say something not helpful. Oh, I suppose that's where we have to keep him.
Crystal Malik was their voice. Grulovia, Grulovia, his father was a dope. Grulovia, Grulovia, he is our hope. Crystal Malik's aim was true, our fatherland.
Those lyrics aren't true, you know.
I was there, you weren't. But look, what's past is past. Why don't you let me out of here?
Nope. Sorry.
Oh, I'm curious.
He made a plan and
Just a Grulovian peasant. Alright, I'll let you rot here. But again, Elijah Wood, always a good performance whenever he's in something, and this is no exception. A really good cast all throughout, and I just can't remember the majority. But you know, you got Richard Horvitz. Do I got that name right? For Raz? Right. No, yeah, always good in what he does. Yuri Lowenthal is a couple of minor characters. Again, whoever voiced Maligula, and I could pull up the cast list now, but everyone does a really good job. All the returning voice actors and all the new ones. Oh, Kimberly Brooks as Forsyth. Great. Love her. And yeah, it's just like there's so much good to hear. How are the pancakes coming, Sam?
Did Coach ask for more pancakes?
No, this time I'm my own boss. I'm gonna open this place back up again.
Why?
To be close to the animals. They need someone to help them.
Oh, are they?
Help them organize. Together, we can run this.
Alright, just keep on trying, Sam. Follow your dreams, girl. Oh, Kate Higgins. You know, she's great as well.
Sits alone. Huh.
Okay. So yeah, going through looking at stuff. Let's check out the Quadome. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anybody in here. Everyone else is probably up at camp. And you know, new characters, you know, seeing the new interns are a lot of fun once you get over their, like, you know, jerkishness. And, you know, seeing the Aquato family in full is really interesting, and their whole story divulging, which is really sad for a lot of reasons, but it's good to see everyone come together.
Big deal. I could do that.
Nice chart.
Raz, Freezy says Nona's not our Nona.
Well, it's a long story.
You want to tell it?
Oh, I would, but I gotta go do some spy stuff. Bye. Don't forget the part where I beat the hand of Galokio.
You mean where we beat the hand of Galokio?
Where you helped me beat the hand of Galokio.
Where I beat the hand of Galokio.
You mean where we beat
Okay, I was hoping Frazee would just, like, get, like, a Psychonaut outfit and everything.
Hi, Mom.
Uti, my middle baby. So glad you are here. Much work to do.
What work?
Now that you have lifted the evil curse on our family.
I just pointed out that it
was all in our minds. Yes, yes. You believe what you must believe.
Fair enough.
Way, it opens up so many possibilities. This is going to be a new golden age of the Aquato family circus.
Water Axe?
We will finally earn our name.
Yeah, Aquato's back in the Aqua. Yeah, it's, you know, and I like, well, Donatella. I keep on saying Donatello, and I go, that's not right at all. But, you know, her, like, superstitiousness of the whole thing.
Eventually. You know, I think there was a part of him that always knew. This may finally bring him peace. Why don't you go talk to him? He's probably up high somewhere, staring off into space. Handsomely.
And I also just like the, like, unwavering love between the two.
You know the truth about Nona?
Well, she did always seem a little off to me. But I thought that was just a mother-in-law thing.
We be lost again?
You've taught me that sometimes you must let your children roam free.
Because that's how we learn.
Because they have psychic powers they can use to crush all who oppose them.
Fair enough.
I have some ideas for Water Axe.
I'm listening.
Trapeze over Shark Tank.
How do we transport sharks, Rasputin? Next idea.
Alright, Mom, why don't you try...
Underwater tightrope?
How would that work?
Not
We'd just be
dangerous enough.
float.
Try again.
Wet blanket fighting? Why?
Wet blanket fighting.
Terrible. Next.
Dog washing.
Ugh, what else? On second thought, never mind. You've convinced
Keep
me
on
to
thinking,
avoid
dear.
collaboration for the time being.
I'm gonna get back to my important spy stuff.
Don't forget to check on your father, Mr. Big Man of the World.
Alright. Oh, actually, I wonder what happens... Speaking of water, what happens if we jump in water now? Let's find a good spot. I suppose I don't think we can... Oh, that's cool. You know, it's still like... And we don't take damage from that. It's just like throwing us up in the air. And, you know, it's just transporting us back to safety. And I suppose that's fair, you know, we don't need, like, to be bothered with swimming. But that's cool, and now you no longer take damage when you have to respawn from that. That's cool. It's cute. So yeah, that's just like a nice little detail. Oh, I bet. Up high somewhere. I'm gonna find everybody. Oh wait, you know what? He's probably just up the funicular. Hold, there's another way up. But, no, yeah, so that's just like a nice little detail. Where it's just like, you know, and again, there is like, that whole thing with the water curse, you know, which originally in the first game was just kind of excuse so you don't swim, which is fair. But now here, it's just sort of like a, you know, they explain it. It's just the mental block that everyone has. It's that phobia that's so, like, drilled so deep inside their heads that that's why the water reacts. Because it's their psychic powers reacting and trying to protect them. It's their mind, like, you know, their imagination getting ahead of itself. Which is a really interesting detail about how that would actually work in the context of this. But that implies that, you know, there are actually, like, hydrokinetics that can control the water. Oh. Oh, I thought I saw him. Whoops. So, yeah, maybe in another, you know, maybe later on the Aquatos will figure out, or at least the Psychic ones will figure out how to control the water properly, which that'll be interesting. So, you know, it opens up ideas for possibly a Psychonauts 3, or, you know, Psychonauts the next part, which that'd be interesting to see, like, you know, like, proper, like, teenage Raz and Lily going on adventures or something. Or maybe a new generation, or also you can just stay at 2, which is also fair. But if they were to do something... Oh, hey, these two getting along.
Wait. What could you two have to talk about?
Not you, if that's what you're worried about.
Your brother has some ideas about psychics.
Did you know that psychic powers don't come from drinking human blood?
Yes?
I told you this.
What else did you learn, Dion?
Did you know fortune tellers didn't actually invent bedbugs?
Give me one more.
Crystal balls aren't actually fortune teller eggs.
Actually, I still half believe that one.
Dion, where did you get all these weird ideas about psychics? Dad?
Queepy told me most of them.
Oh, I get it now.
Dude.
Dion, where did you get all these...
Queepy told me.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, I know they were making eyes at each other earlier, so, you know, let them have their fun. Yeah, trying to figure out where... Still gotta find Dad? Oh, right, I don't have to worry, I don't drown anymore. Sorry, we're already running long, but we're gonna find all the conversation points as we're just gonna keep on going here. Woo!
Show me how to do that, Raz.
So, yeah, and, like, you know, you had the conversation with Dion earlier, and, like, very harsh, very, like, Sorry, just thinking. No, yeah, very harsh, very mean-spirited. Really? I don't have a key? but, you know, very harsh, and now, like, he's the eldest brother, or no, I think Frazie's older, maybe. But, you know, he's the older brother, and apparently he is so superstitious and will listen to Queepy. So, you know, that doesn't bode well for the family. Whoever Dad is, I bet, or maybe he's, like, hanging out with the other Psychonauts, learning from them, I hope. Check out the Heptadome. It's probably where everyone else is. Sorry, just going through the conversation options. I want to see the end game. And if I find out anything about... I'll have to look into it because I haven't yet. But if I find out if there's like a secret bonus ending if you do 100%. I don't think... Was there one in the first game? I don't think so. Then again, I never did it. You know, Psychonauts 1 had its issues and it didn't encourage me to like go for 100%. But this, I could do it. Like, I could spend my Sunday, my day off, like, going through the rest of the game, and it shouldn't even take that long.
Yep.
Because I was pretty thorough already. Hey, you two.
Hi there.
Rasputin, I have much on my mind, but I want you to know that in my heart, you are my grandson. My second favorite grandson.
Well, that certainly sounds like something my Nona would say.
Okay, Dion's still ahead of me, I guess.
What are you two gonna do now?
We're gonna recuperate here for a bit. Make sure Lucy's okay.
Oh, I'm fine! Thanks to little Queepy here.
Wait, does that mean we're...
Think you'll come back to work at the Mother Lobe, Agent Cruller?
Well, I need to spend at least a little time there, or else those bowling alley shoes are gonna sprout legs and walk away. But I'd also love to take Lucy to Whispering Rock.
He thinks if he gets me on the canoe at sunset that I won't be able to resist his advances.
Okay, that's enough.
Fair enough.
Right.
Okay.
No, yeah, and I like the double entendre. You know, again, there's like very like... There's a lot of jokes in here. Like, a kid could play this and not pick up on it. And, you know, when you're older, it's just sort of like, oh dear. Lots of double entendre with
I'm not sure,
Mom and Dad and these two.
If I have any influence, we'll get back to basics. Exploring the human mind. There's still so much mystery to explore there, Rasputin.
If you're going to give your final frontier speech, I'm going to close my eyes and sleep for a bit. You keep talking.
Well, I thought it was interesting. Have you talked to my dad yet?
Not yet. Do you think he'd talk to me?
You got some explaining to do, man.
But you know what they say about acrobats? They're very
always
flexible.
bounce back.
Huh. Well, I hope both are true.
I'll leave you two alone.
Stay away from the water! Oh, sorry. Old habit.
Fair enough. This is really weird. It's like, you just tried to kill all of us. And, you know, it's Lucy now. It's not Maligula. Which I think the idea... Well, you know, you had Cruller and Otto messing with her mind in the first place. And, you know, so that, like, just weakened her mind a little bit. Or, you know, a lot. So when she went to Grulovia in order to, you know, combat the Tsar, he won her over and, you know... Again, it's like, be a patriot. Do the right thing for the glory of the country. You know, not seeing his corruption early on. And then, as that developed... Hold on, just looking. Trying to find the rest of the psychics. But, you know, that developed, and then it's just sort of like, okay, protesters, wash them away and be done with it. And she did, only to find out her sister was there. And... After that, just like that, or, you know, Lucy retreated into her mind and then let Maligula out. Let the id out. And from there, just completely retreated. So just like the no care, do whatever I want side of her just ran amok for a long time. And probably did something to scare the Tsar, so that probably didn't help either. But, you know, Gristle always held her with some kind of reverence. So that's why he became like the original delusionist. That and maybe like other Grolovians who were supportive of the Tsar at the time. And then, yeah, battle against her. But I remember my friend talking about this, and it kind of makes sense when you break it down. But nobody in the Psychic 6... Okay, nobody in the Psychic 6 is combat focused. You know, everyone's got other weird abilities. Cassie has her multitasking. Boole has talking to animals, which is useful, but not super useful against a combat-centric hydro or water-controlling psychic. You know, Otto is the machine... I really should slow down. You know, Otto's smart, but he just builds machines. He doesn't fight, really. And everybody else, you know, there's... Bob has plant control, and Helmet has, you know, motivational speaking, basically, but none of that works against a combat-centric psychic. Except for maybe Ford, who is like kind of like what Raz is. He's an all-rounder. No specialty, but can do everything. There are those two. Where are the rest?
Looks like you got those bees back under control.
Some of them. Still some ongoing negotiations with the Queen.
We'd be more firm with them, but frankly, we need the honey.
Have fun beekeeping.
Come back later for dinner.
We're making goat stew.
Have fun beekeeping.
Okay. I'm sure Sam would be very happy for that. No, let's see. We met all the psychics. Because we got them. We already talked to Bob and Helmet. Those two. We just gotta find Dad, I think. So where's he at? Oop. What was I saying? No, yeah, it's just sort of like, but you know, there's like a lot of little details you can break down in this game, and then just like start realizing like weird details that just like add a lot of to the world building and to like characters and how they personally work. And that's really interesting. There's just so much here that is so fleshed out and enjoyable. This is just a really good game, is the bottom line. Now, where the heck is he? Sorry, gotta find him. He's like the last character on the list, wherever he is. She said high up, but, you know, if he's just in random spots in the trees. Hold on, let's see if I can look it up real quick, just so we can get through with it. Sorry, I'm trying to find... Trying to look it up, but I suppose no one knows specifically where he's going to be at post-game. Or I suppose people will know, but that's not what people are going to tell you. That's not the interesting detail about the post-game. Where the heck is he? Come on, he's the last person to talk to. He's not up there. That was my next guess. Man. Oh, right. I was gonna... Oh, I remembered. I was gonna go to Lucy and then check, you know, what does Raz look like through clairvoyance, but I suppose it just looks like Queepy. You'd think he'd be here since... suppose there's no reason for him to be here. Oops. Oh, come on. Come on. Ah, sorry, I'm just checking. I want to find him, and then that's it. Then we got to wrap up. Because, yeah, we're running way long. You know, this has just been, like, a really good game. This has been worth playing. Yeah, like, playing through it a second time was not too bad, but it still was annoying to redo it. Oh, hold on, I think I found it. Okay. I found a cue, or, I found a thing that says where he's at. He's by the waterfall, left side of the area. So I think I completely missed him. I was probably over there a bunch of times. But yeah, there's just like, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good. This game is done really good. Double Fine did a good job with this. You know, the fact that we got this at all is one thing. And while I wish Rhombus of Ruin wasn't PS, or, you know, VR exclusive, because not a lot of people played it, by all accounts. But, you know, at least they gave a good recap about what happened, and they didn't, like, go too far into what the actual game entailed. And that 2 actually came out is still, like, kind of amazing in the first place. Oh, there he is. Okay, I completely passed him up. I know she said high up and probably, like, looking stoic across the land, but I didn't think... I must have completely missed him.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, son.
How do you feel about Nona now?
It's complicated.
How can I answer that? She's at the center of so many painful events. But in the end, she might be the one who suffered the most.
Arguably.
How you doing?
I'm not quite sure. So many things to think about.
I suppose, I don't know, did they ever address this? That scar on his face, maybe it could have been, you know, either if he was involved in, like, the attacks, well, yeah, of course, he was probably, like, caught up in the crossfire of the attacks Grilovia, and maybe that was just, like, a battle scar also from Maligula, or could be a astrolabe thing.
Are your memories changing?
I don't even know which memories are mine. I have memories of my mother from before she died, and I miss her. But I also have a lifetime of memories with Nona. It's giving me a bit of an identity crisis.
Rightfully so.
Tell me about your identity crisis.
Super secret bonus level where you go into his mind.
Are stories we tell ourselves about where we come from. It's how we figure out who we are. And the story I've been telling myself all my life is a lie.
It's hard to parse out, is the thing.
Are you mad at Ford?
Of course.
I feel tricked and confused. But that man, he's put himself through enough.
He's kind of punished himself in the process of all this.
What are you gonna do now?
I think I'm going to let this whole mess simmer for a bit in the back of my mind while I focus on making some new stories for the family.
So, is Nona still in the family?
Well, she's still our blood, Rasputin. But she always will be. As far as where she'll live now, that's up to her. She's with Ford right now in the Green Needle Gulch, trying to answer that very question.
What about the circus?
Oh, son, that's going to be something now.
This is where he gets excited.
Have some great water tricks we haven't used in a generation. It's time for the Aquatos family circus to rise again.
You feel like you're free of the water curse?
Oh, yes, I feel great about it now.
Please
Later
dive off the
today,
cliff.
I'm thinking we should all go for a swim. That little army fellow offered to give us all swimming lessons.
Oh, he's trying to gather data for his
I'll leave you alone.
tanks.
I never mind talking to you, son.
Oh.
We psychics understand each other, right?
Yeah, and it's also nice just, you know, seeing Dad come to terms with everything and, like, want to completely, like, empathize and, like, totally get his son. It's nice. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to end the game with a final shot up there. So, yeah, if there's, like, I'll have to look into it if there's, like, a super secret final ending for, like, 100%ing everything, which shouldn't take me long to do, and I kind of still want to do regardless. So, I'll have to look into that. But, you know, it's just so good, you know? I like the leveling up where there's so much more to differentiate the powers. You start off with almost everything right off the bat, and the few powers you get, mainly it's just the bottom 3, but, you know, they add a lot to verticality, or, you know, versatility in platforming and changing up how you traverse areas and unlocking new things with new abilities, like the Dark Thoughts connection thing is actually pretty cool, unlocking that as a thing. And you get pretty much all your main abilities right off the bat, and so it just, like, gives you, like, a variety of things to do right away. And then as you level up, which is very satisfying with all the different collectibles there are, and, you know, it's fun to collect stuff. Oh, I almost have everything. Good to know. But, you know, it's just fun to collect stuff. This is just a great game. I've been hammering on that point, but it is. It's an amazing game. And I really hope, you know, maybe we'll see more Psychonauts. Or at least, I'm sure everyone's excited for whatever Double Fine will do next. Psychonauts 2 has been on, like, the docket for a long time. But now, I'm trying to get that Y out of there, but it won't leave. Try not to just have it sit in the middle of his face, but it won't move. I was wondering if I could keep bouncing on his head. I don't want that Y just sitting there on his forehead. It's so distracting. Okay, whatever. But no, so it's just like, it was really nice. There's just so much to love about this game, and this is definitely, like, you know, Death's Door was, like, my Game of the Year contender right now, but now, like, this is certainly... He's levitating! He doesn't need a levitation ball, he could just do it! He's airbending. Okay. He's pulling a Zahir from Korra. Okay, so, yeah, Psychonauts 2, highly recommended. Even if you just watched me go through all this, it's so worth playing for yourself, and discovering things I might have missed, and just, like, going through it and just exploring the minds of people with a lot of problems, but it's confronting those issues and trying to grow to be better than the faults of your mind. And, you know, looking past the faults of others to make everything better in the long run. So, with that all being said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off. And thank you for watching me play Psychonauts 2.